I thought I'd record a quick live commentary. I was playing 3 minute earlier and doing pretty well. So, well, I just lost a couple games of 3 minute, but earlier today I was playing pretty well. So we'll see how this goes. I think I've played this person a few times. After the game, we'll check. Oh man, I have lost to this person 3 times. Twice in 1 minute and once in 3 minute, I think. I'll check again after the game. This often leads to a fairly comfortable position for me. Have to be a little bit careful, but yeah, I think. All right, here, check. There. Do I need to watch out a little bit? I think probably this is fine. And if he takes with check, I just develop my knight normally, and I'm okay. And I'm going to play c6. Well, actually, it sort of depends on how he plays it, but again, I'm threatening to take here, which is annoying for him. Now I'm threatening both f2 and c3. Defending with the rook, it's kind of tricky for him to defend both. I'm not sure he can, actually. Rook up, I still play f2. Yeah, this is a difficult situation for him. Oops. Okay, so he plays there. I think I should definitely take this. And then let's see how to handle this. I'm really tempted to play something like c5, actually. Usually you play c6 in these positions, but actually it's a little bit different now that he's. Okay, let's see what happens with that move. He can't really defend that. Okay.
Check.
Probably. Well, that's potentially sets up some weaknesses on that diagonal. This seems pretty natural. Okay, so how do I get his? How do I round up his rook? Well, I don't think I necessarily can, but I also don't. Well, there. I want to play king c7, but then knight g4 is definitely annoying. Actually, that seems okay. As long as I keep this blockade so that he can't get this deadly check on this diagonal. And already I'm seeing some threats to that down the road. Alright, a6. Okay. And here. Essentially, I'm going to play to trade rooks. I do have to be careful because he can always take with the pawn, and that could be annoying. Here, I think this, and then at the end, I'm gonna be okay. He can't check me. I don't see any really deadly checks. I'm gonna try for something like a6. As long as I don't walk into stupid tactics, I think I have a nice position. Of course, that's always a big if. Okay. Check. C3 looks like the only thing that's really an annoyance on the horizon right now. That move does not look like such an annoyance. And now, oh, well, I gotta be a little bit careful. But, okay.
Check.
I'm gonna try to make life a little bit unpleasant for him. And I think I'm succeeding. Well, that should round up an exchange unless I'm missing some sort of oh, well, there's that. That's true. Although at the end of that, well, hold on. No, there's no way to keep that. So, but on the bright side, like this is, you know, I don't think he's too happy about this kind of position. So I just got to move quickly because he really does have a time edge.
Check. Check.
Hmm. Well, I just blundered. Hey, well, that's okay, I guess. I mean, my position is still better, but it's definitely not, you know, not what it could have been. Well, on the other hand, this actually is
Check.
not good for him. He's actually in a fair amount of trouble here. King over. I'm just going to play king. Knight here, knight there, check, and round up. I mean, his king is going to get in trouble back there. So he's not moving. Um, okay, yeah, he's in a fair amount of trouble in this position. This is an example of the kind of ending I like to get in these positions. I mean, he has a lot of pressure because my king is in the center, but in the long run, oftentimes I can get a position like this. So this was a nice game. Why don't we take a quick look? I don't think I played everything 100% accurate in the opening, because let's take a quick look. Um,
Check.
F4 is a little bit premature. After bishop b4, supposedly, according to some people, this position is already pretty good for black. The thing is, I don't know. I can't remember the response. I should go get my opening books. I think, though, that the way I played it is probably fine. Castling, but then I can develop naturally.
Check.
And, I mean, maybe this. Well, no, that. Well, then that drops. Well, interesting. Yeah, I mean this is probably how he should have played it. Um, when he can take here and I can't recapture, so if I play something like this, how good is my position going to be? Um, takes takes. I'm okay here, but it's not nearly as good in the game as in the game. So I got to figure out how I would play that. Maybe the answer here, maybe it's not to take. Maybe it's something like this, temporarily stopping him from castling. Um, although there's always just H3. I don't know. I'm gonna look this up, but
check,
I think that's not good. That he gets sort of plugged up. Um, and I also this sort of also it loses drops a pawn to this. It drops a couple pawns. So yeah, that's another reason why it's bad. Maybe that creates too many weak squares. Maybe just this
check,
and then this. Maybe that would have been stronger. Um, with the idea of like King E8 and he doesn't get control of D6. Um, but I think that actually ended up being okay. I was a little bit worried about that, but well, see, I can't come there. Um, but probably something like this, and then next, if he doesn't take, A6 and B5 are coming next. So, um, what? Oh, to prevent. I was a little bit worried here actually about this, um, but maybe that's crazy. I guess I just play here, and then next move H6 is gonna kick his knight out. Um, so I got to do something about that. Um, yeah, this I don't need to worry too much because this, and again, I'm happy. This position. I'm up. I'm up 2 pawns. He has some activity, but it's just going to be a technical kind of win. Um, which means he can't do that, and he's running out of ways to increase the pressure. Um, as long as I keep this bishop here, I need to remember that.
check, check,
The other idea was I thought he might play here, but then the plan was just to play here and then take this pawn next move, and I'm not really sure. Oh, that's actually threatening mate. So he has to somehow defend that pawn, and then he's going to have all sorts of other problems. So he's pretty much got to do what he did here. And then the question becomes, where does he go? I think if he moves away, I think I could just. Well, that's kind of risky.
check,
Um, I want to come here, but of course this
check,
is annoying. Of course, maybe my position is good enough that I can just play something like this. Um, but again, that's actually not a position I particularly want to be in. Um, but maybe though, I can't do that. Oh, maybe just something like B5. So, but he played here. That allows me to force a trade. Now, kept thinking that if there were like any cute mates I could get, but I couldn't come up with it. So fortunately, this forces a trade of rooks, and then I'm up 2 pawns. So now it's just sort of technical. Instead of that, maybe even just B5.
check,
I do want to get to the very end though. Um,
check,
okay, so here I start to slip a little bit. I think probably just probably just here. Or what about something like that? Is there any weirdness I need to watch? Well,
check,
Yeah, I guess that's not going to be great for me. Well, that's definitely an improvement for him. The position did get a little messy in here. Um, I guess that looks pretty good. Forced, and then here, um, and that pretty much forces him to capture somehow. You know, probably this way when something like this, and then he's in a lot of trouble. So maybe that, and this bishop is pretty misplaced. I mean, he's got to do this, and then I'm gonna play here, and yeah. So actually, that would have been probably stronger. Was just here when I don't see too many really good replies for him. Um,
check,
so this ended up being a mistake. Again, I blundered back. I guess this did only blunder back a pawn, so I still am up when I can just play here and here. And I don't think he should try for that. I think he should try to keep pawns on the board somehow. Because here, yeah. Now the question became,
check,
okay. So if he goes here, I think I just play here. He can't play bishop f1 because I have the fork. If he comes here, now I just come here, and now his king is going to be far enough away that I can. Yeah. I mean, maybe even I can sack this, but the point is that even this, and then
check,
this, and then I think he's toast because his king is just so far away. I mean, maybe there's a real study like draw here, but I mean, the idea is I use that h pawn to lure him all the way over there. Um, when he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So I can even maybe put my king here, you know, and then push here, and then pick up this pawn or run this pawn through. So a lot of different possibilities. And the other thing I can do, of course, is actually a better square would be getting my knight here when this, again, there's nothing he can really do to stop this. Um, you know, and then it's going to promote. So, interesting opening. I've played this person. I'm glad I finally won because he really had beaten me. I've lost him. I had lost him 3 times in 1 minute. So this is the only non-bullet version, and I'm not a good bullet player. So, but entertaining ending, and I think these are the kinds of endings I get with these positions where white has a lot of pressure, but I think I like my long-term prospects. So hope you enjoyed.